Hi everyone, so it's time for another My 5, which is the series where I share a green product, a slow fashion brand, a book or documentary, something new I've learned, and a blogger or a YouTuber that I follow. And before we jump into it, I wanted to quickly let you know that this month I'm going to be doing some giveaways on my Instagram of some of the things that I've talked about throughout the year. And starting today, the first giveaway is a few copies of The Curated Closet, which is a book that I shared back in September, I believe. So if you want to take part in any of the giveaways, definitely check out my Instagram. I will include a link to it below. The product I want to share, which I'm surprised I haven't shared already, is a reusable coffee cup. And if you drink any sort of hot beverage outside of the house, you should own a reusable coffee cup. Mine is from eCoffee Cup, and I'm not sure if this is the best option. This is a bamboo fiber one, so I do like that it's nice and light, but it does have silicone and it also isn't insulated, which isn't great, but it is nice and easy to just put in my bag. But if you have any other suggestions of good reusable coffee cups, please share them in the comments. I know that there are lots of different options and I definitely think that some are better than this one, but any sort of reusable coffee cup is a great way to cut down on waste. I read recently that Starbucks alone sells over 4 billion cups in 1 year. And like I've mentioned in another one of these episodes, those paper cups aren't recyclable because they have a plastic liner. So these are just a great thing to have on hand, and anytime you're gonna have a hot beverage or a cold beverage, you can bring this along with you and save on a paper cup, a sleeve, and a plastic lid. So the brand I want to share with you is Townley. I think it's pronounced Townley, and they're a zero waste fashion brand that uses all remnant and scrap materials. And I found out about them through a great Huffington Post video where they talk about how so much fabric is left on the cutting room floor and discarded because there's not enough of it or it's just extra. So they go out and collect excess fabrics that they can use in their designs. And even very small pieces, they actually turn into yarn for knitted garments. They have been completely zero waste since 2014, and what I also really like about them is they have great designs, so the clothes don't look like they're patched together pieces of scrap fabric. The documentary I want to share with you came out at the beginning of the month, and you've probably heard about it. It is Before the Flood, and this is a great documentary on climate change and the impacts of it. Leonardo DiCaprio hosts it, and they go around the world looking at what's happening in different countries around climate change, what the effects are going to be. And I think it's a great documentary to kind of give you a big, large-scale overview of climate change. There were some aspects of it I didn't like so much. I think it very heavily focused on governments and changing government policy, which as a person watching it, you feel like there's not a whole lot that you can do. And I'm gonna kind of get into this into my next point, but it's still a great documentary to watch. And it was really interesting because I feel like it has a very pessimistic approach, but then he interviews certain people that have this amazing optimism about the world and what's going to happen and perspective that things can change, and basically saying that we are at a tipping point, and so we can either choose to try and help and change the course of the world or make it worse. And the thing I learned, or I guess realized this month, which is related, has to do with the aftermath of the American election. And even if you're not American, I'm sure you know that Donald Trump was elected president. And something which scares me about that is his views on climate change, especially considering that America is the highest per capita polluter in the world. And what this has taught me is that now more than ever, we can't rely on governments to do the right thing, and we have to be active and fight and work towards what we believe in and the changes that we want to see. And the people I want to share with you are Megan and Gab from Walk So Good, and I'm so excited about their project. They are walking through Southeast Asia, sharing positive stories about how clothes are made in a more responsible way. They left pretty recently on their trip, I think around 2 weeks ago, and you can follow their journey on their social media, and I will include a link to their YouTube channel. And I just think it's so cool what they're doing, and I'm so excited to follow their journey and just hear the stories that they have to share. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Also, if you like this series, please give this video a thumbs up so that I know. I'm deciding right now whether or not I want to continue this series in the new year. Also, if you have suggestions of a different kind of monthly series that you'd be more interested in, please let me know as well. Thank you for watching, and thank you so much to those of you supporting me on Patreon, and I will see you in the next one.